and I ended up catching the biggest bag that day.
Wow.
On the final day. And I remember rolling in the weigh-in, and I rolled up to Will Davis, and I knew Will Davis from the year before, and we got along really well, had some good times. And he was like, yeah. He goes, no one else got him. I'm like, second place guy didn't catch him? He's like, no, Josh didn't catch him. He's like, he's like, I got them. Not as good as you, but I got a lead on you. I'm like, oh, man, I'm going to finish second. Like, holy smokes. I use different words there.
Were you just like freaking out like, holy shit, like this happened. This is happening right now.
So I'm all checked in. Fisher, and on the last day, they do a drive-through weigh-in. So they put the boat on the trailer for you, and they drive you through the weigh-in stage.
Kind of like the Classic.
Kind of like the Classic, and you go in order.
Yeah.
So I was third to last to weigh in. So I knew if I took the lead when I weighed in, no matter what happened behind me, I was going to the Classic.
Yeah.
And I'm doing math sitting there, and there's a delay in the weigh-in because of a thunderstorm, and finally it keeps going. I'm like, all right, this guy can't have more than whatever it was, 48 pounds, and it's like 42 pounds. I'm like, holy shit. I like looked at one of the bass staffs. Her name's Emily. She's great. She's the one that does all like the check you in, like this is up next. I'm like, Emily, I'm going to the Bassmaster Classic. I'm going to the Bassmaster Classic. Like, this is unbelievable.
How old were you when this was going down?
How old was I?
Yeah.
29.
That's sick.
2 years ago.
Dude, that's insane.
But I'm an old guy.
I feel this in my stomach right now as you're telling me it.
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm sure you felt that, too, when you were, like, you feel your young self that watched, you know, Davey Height and the guys on TV.
Van Damme and
Van Damme and, like, all that stuff. Like, that is so cool.
And I weighed in, and I took the lead, and the MC was like, you know what that means, right? And I was like, oh, I already know.
Yeah.
That's wild. Who was the first person you called?
My dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm now in the hot seat. Second place comes up, and I can see it on his face. He doesn't have it.
Yeah.
Because fishermen are not poker players.
No.
Like, you wear it right here every single time. And then Will comes up, and I knew he had me. So, like, I was, like, super happy just for second place. Well, what I didn't know is I walked off stage, and Vice President of Bass, Chris Bose, walks up, and he goes, hey, Will's already qualified for the Elite Series. He goes, that means you get the Elite invite. You want to do it? And I'm like, holy smokes. Yes, I do, but I know it costs $100,000 a year.
Yeah.
When do I have to let you know by? He goes, 2 weeks. Alrighty.
Okay.
Alrighty. I'm gonna have to let you know.
I need to hear all about this because, like, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity that you just like fished your way into.
Yeah.
And now it becomes a financial, like, you know,
Holy
mortgage
smokes.
my future situation.
Yeah. Let's drain the savings account.
How did you go through? What were you thinking? How did you end up piecing it together? Like, how'd that go down?
Well,
Who
I
had
was
your
like,
back?
Holy smokes. And so I go back to the hotel.
1 second. I want to back up. At this point, right? Like, you don't have any legit sponsors, right?
I have zero.
Right?
None. Me.
Okay. Yeah.
I was my own sponsor.
Yeah.
I went to work.
Yeah. Yeah. All
I
right.
paid for
So, like, you're starting from scratch.
Zero.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, 2 weeks to put a business together.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2 weeks to market Tim Dube, the pro angler.
So I got back to the hotel, and I was like fine the whole time. Like, we're in the bus, and I'm like, holy smokes, I got this plaque that says, you know, Classic qualified. I get to the hotel, and I like walk over to like the hotel bar, and I'm like, can I get 2 drinks? There are 2 beers. He's like, yep. And I grabbed the 2 beers, and I go up to my hotel room. I'm like on the elevator, and all of a sudden, like, all this emotion starts hitting me. Like, holy smokes, you just did this.
Yeah.
And the first person I called was my dad. And I start talking to him, and all of a sudden it's like all choked up, can't talk. And me and him are just laughing, crying on the phone together.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't even know why I'm crying right now. He's like, I'm crying too.
That's insane.
All right. Well, this seems like a good time to ask Dad, can I borrow $100,000?
Well, that's when I told him, I'm like, hey, I got the Elite Series invite. He goes, did you say yes? And I was like, Dad, it's a lot of money. He's like, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Dads are the best.
Oh, yeah.
That's so sick.
Always in my corner.
Dads are the best.
Yeah. He's like, we will figure it out. You're not saying no to that.
That's awesome.
And that's how it started. So
Yeah.
then it took me 2 days to drive home. The second I got home, I went to my place of employment, which was a multi-billion-dollar company, and they did not want to sponsor me. And so the next day, I put in my notice.
Yeah.
I mean, like, see you guys later.
Yeah.
And I just started reaching out to every successful small business owner I knew
No shit.
and trying to piece it together as fast as I could.
Is that how you got Dresser Dental?
Yep. Dressler Family Dental.
Was that where you
Wow.
went to? Is that where you had all your dentist
yeah.
stuff
Yeah,
done?
it's
Remember-
also,
do you
it's
remember
also my
little Tim?
sister and my brother-in-law.
All right, well, that kinda helps.
Yeah, and they do well for themselves.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, you want to get your name out there? Or?
Yeah, I got a bunch of people all over the country that are gonna know who you guys are.
And
You
they're
in.
going to come to New Hampshire to get their dental
Yeah.
work.
Yep.
That's funny. I saw your truck and I'm like, I gotta ask him how that came to be, and there we go.
Yep, that's how it came to be. And then, so this year I was a lot more prepared than I was last year. Because just like, I had no idea about the ins and outs of the industry. I was never in the industry. I just like going fishing, and I would just show up and pay my money and
Yeah.
fish with whatever. And then Al Cappy, who is a Northeast sales rep for Rather Outdoors,
Yeah.
Lou Strike King, he reached out to me. I was like, oh, yeah, let's do it. And so he was like
Cappy's
one of
the
the
man.
first ones. He is the man.
He's the man.
And then Bass Fish Electronics, Steve Estes, he's the one that
Word
rigs
travels fast,
all,
especially in the local
yeah.
circuit. So like the inroad started back home and start spidering from industry people to brands that can basically say,
This was still prior to your first year?
Yeah, this was
Yeah.
probably my first year. He sends
In
me
that
a,
2-week period?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think he sent me a text. He's like, good job, bleep. I think, what did he say? He's like, good job, MFer. And he's like,
Al?
no, this is Steve.
Oh, yeah,
He
Steve.
goes,
Steve's
if
cool.
you want to play with the big boys, we need to talk.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So
They're
I
a great group, too.
I showed up to his office in a shirt and tie. And I'm like, yeah, I'm here for this. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, this is now a business.
I'm here to F shit up.
Yeah, this is now a business proposition. I'm showing you I'm professional. He's like, go put a hoodie on. He's like, get out of here.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And so I slowly started piecing it together. And then the next year I kept a lot of the same and then added Phoenix and Yamaha. And Yamaha was a big part with On the Water.
Yeah, there's a
and-
little
Yeah.
connection there, Cheech. I don't know if you know. With
I
Chris,
do. I'm well
which is
aware.
super cool.
Yeah.
So glad we could help him a little bit there. And Chris loved it. 'Cause
Yeah.
He loved you immediately. I was like, Chris, you might want to meet this character from New Hampshire. And you guys got along.
Character.
Yeah, you guys got along pretty well, which was super cool.
Take care of our own. The Northeast is our
Exactly.
is our people.
But it was cool because I was, and no matter how it works out, I still have the T-shirt. I was the first one ever
Yeah,
from New Hampshire.
that's
That's
to qualify.
awesome.
Yeah, I was the
that's-
first guy ever
I
from New
figured
Hampshire
you
for
were.
the Elite Series.
Yeah, because I think that there was one before from Maine. I think before Tyler, right? If not, he was close.
I think so.
Connecticut, Paul Mueller.
Yeah.
There was the dude that won the Classic that one year. I forget his name.
Brian Kirchhoff.
Yes. I don't know if he qualified for
He's
the
from
elites.
Connecticut. Yeah, he
but-
did when he won.
Okay.
But
So
then-
there was some from Connecticut. I don't think there was one from Rhode Island. I don't think there was one from Mass. And then
I think there was one from Mass.
Okay.
Before.
Yeah. So either way, though, that is really cool. To
Yeah,
say you're
you're
the
in a
first
small
one.
group.
Yeah, in New
That is
Hampshire.
sick.
A small group. Pretty sweet, dude.
I don't like that 2 weeks to put this together that had to have been like, oh man,
And that year, the entry fees were $45,000.
that's crazy. What time of year does this tournament go down?
It went down in the last week of October, and I had to let them know by like November 12th.
I would have been putting some real big parlays in, dude. I would have been like, all right, well, this is how this is gonna happen.
Scared
That's awesome.
FanDuel.
Scared money don't make
No,
money.
it never does, dude. Never does. That's so funny.
Wow.
That's so funny. So how was it like? Now you're on the Elite Series. what was that like? It was that transition must have been like it got real quick.
We got to do so. Technically you fished the Bassmaster Classic before your first elite season, right?
No,
Isn't that how
I
that
fished.
timeline works.
I fished 2 tournaments, then
Before
the
the Classic.
classic. I fished 2 elites series, and then we had the classic, and then the rest of that year. So that was all in 1 year.
Well, so I was going to ask you what the classic is. For those that don't know, the Bassmaster Classic is like it's the Super Bowl of bass fishing.
The
as they
Catalina
always say.
wine mixer.
Yeah, they have it. You know, they have it at a different lake every year, but traditionally the weigh-ins are held in a stadium.
Yep.
They roll you in on your truck and trailer and
spectacle.
boat. Yeah, and then
It's
the
a
stadium's
spectacle.
full. They have Dave Mercer, the legendary announcer.
Yeah, Dave's
the
awesome.
MC of bass fishing. Like he's the man. If you haven't listened, you just got to check him out. Check out the whole thing, how they put it together. It's really cool.
It's an absolute spectacle. Like I never followed like pro bass fishing. Like if it was on, I'd watch it for a little bit and be like, all right, whatever.
That was
the
cool.
First time I went to a classic, and like I go for the exhibition, I meet like with our partners and stuff. There's business that gets done there, and then all of a sudden, you know, for the first weigh-in, it was like I was instantly sucked in. Next thing you know, I fly home. I'm on my couch. I'm like, nobody talk to me. I'm watching this go down. I want this person to win. I was like, instantly went from don't give a shit to this is freaking awesome. And now I'm invested through Sunday to see who wins this thing.
Your first classic was 2 years ago.
Grand Lake.
Yep.
Which was my first classic, not as an angler, but covering it. And the only reason why I was able to get to go is because we had just started On the Water Bass. So I'm sure a lot of you have seen a lot about that. It's kind of like our new magazine, bass fishing oriented, all that good stuff. I pitched to Chris, our boss. I said, hey, like, I have been a fan of the Bassmaster Classic my entire life. We have 4 or maybe it was 5 anglers from the Northeast fishing in the Bassmaster Classic, including this beast Tim Dube out of New Hampshire who just qualified. Like, he's a hometown guy. Like, can I come down with you guys and cover this? Like, and do media coverage and all that. And he was like, yeah. So your first classic was also my first classic. And I might have been pooping my pants as much as you were just being there, you know? Like,
Robbie was on tilt.
Oh man.
I can't imagine fishing that thing. But that was literally like simultaneous. We had just launched On the Water Bass, which is basically a carbon copy aimed at bass fishing of what made On the Water successful. And it was kind of like our little coming out party. And it was guys like you and the others that were fishing that tournament from the Northeast that helped kind of kickstart that. Because like you always want to be true to your roots. So we like looked at it from a perspective like nobody cares about, you know, this dude from Oklahoma who's winning tournaments in Texas and whatever.
Yeah.
But when it's one of your own, bring in, you know, their Northeast tactics, it plays different and through our lens, you know, from covering the Northeast bass fishing. So it was kind of real cool to have those things align. And Robbie's been kind of, you know, a key cog in that whole dynamic to bring that stuff out. And guys like you guys that kick in and contribute. So thank you for that.
No, I was happy to do it. And I feel like the Northeast, we have, you know, pretty good niche over here where it's great bass fishing that just doesn't get talked about.